comic book fans, Kevin Gibbon with you once again with another episode of Comic Let's Talk. If you love comics as much as I do, you're going to subscribe to my channel. I review comics for Comic Crusaders. I also have my own franchises, Adolescent Radioactive Samurai Platypi and Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter. They're available on Comics Central, Indie Planet, and Comixology. Check them out. Stay tuned to this broadcast for more information. Also, like the Facebook pages for each franchise. Check out my Patreon site for some neat original artwork and shows that you won't find on YouTube. All right, comic book fans and Star Trek fans, we're going to do something a little different this week on Comics Let's Talk. Before I get into this show, I want to remind you to check out my comic book reviews on Comics for Sinners and Comic Crusaders websites. Check out the links below if you're interested in my comic book franchise, Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter, or Adolescent Radioactive Samurai Platypi. Also available are t-shirts from Teespring. So check it all out. Today, I want to look at my favorite Gold Key Star Trek comic book. It's issue number 33. You know, one of the things I always hated about Gold Key, they had some beautiful covers, but they didn't number their covers. They didn't number their issues on the cover of the comic books. You had to go to the little fine print on the first page. It's Star Trek number 33. This one came out in 1975. From 1967 to 1979, Gold Key put out about 61 comic books of Star Trek, about 3 or 4 of which were reprints. So about 56, 57 issues were original stories. They published kind of quarterly, which is why they didn't have that many out in that extended length of time. But they did have Star Trek comics when the original series was still on the air. Now the thing is, and if you want to explore it some more, I have a show. If you look at my videos on my page, 3 episodes are on Star Trek. The first one is on Gold Key's version of Star Trek. But just in a nutshell, the original Star Trek comic books, Gold Key got the rights, but the writers and artists didn't look at the TV show for some reason. They adapted this show into comic book without watching any episodes. They had Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek Bible and all the production notes and stuff like that, plus stills of the actors. I mean, Scotty originally was drawn with blonde hair and blue eyes. I think they were looking at a picture of Lieutenant Kyle, the transporter chief, and they were getting things really wrong. That lasted for a while, but later on down the line, they got better. They had writers and artists that actually watched the show, and it started to look a little more like Star Trek. And we're kind of in the midway point with this story. I love this comic book. This was my favorite of the entire Gold Key run, and it's Star Trek number 33, published in September of 1975. And without further ado, let's start. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use some music and sound effects and some sound bites from the original series to kind of work it in, make it feel like a Star Trek episode. To the best of my ability, sometimes it won't exactly match. Like in the comic book, one point Kirk says red alert, and I think my sound bite of William Shatner as Kirk says yellow alert or something like that. You know, so it's not going to match exactly, but I think it's going to make it a little more fun. I'm going to read it, and then when I have the sound bites, I'll throw them in there and see if that works. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it. It'd be a little fun thing to do. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. You love Star Trek. Have you ever read this comic book? If you've never read these comic books, I recommend them, even though they're kind of the early issues are really crazy. But I do recommend them. They are a fun read, and for a long time, us Star Trek fans only had reruns, the animated series, and the novels from Bantam Books, the novelizations of the TV series, and these comic books. For a long time, this is all we Star Trek fans had for original stories. So that's why they lasted so long. In 1979, of course, the rights went to Marvel with the release of Star Trek the Motion Picture, but that's a different story, and we talk about that on my first show concerning Star Trek comic books. But for now, let's do this. Star Trek, The Choice. And no, it's not a pro-life, pro-choice thing. It's a totally different thing. But anyway, this is called The Choice, Part 1. You've all heard the story of the Lady and the Tiger. Well, just suppose for a moment that instead of the lady or the tiger, behind those doors were the divergent courses of infinite universes, and that one man has been placed in front of these doors to decide which path the universe shall follow. Then, imagine that your exact twin shows up and tells you to stop supposing, because this is exactly what is going to happen. Now you have an idea how Captain Kirk feels in The Choice. I have you now, Captain Kirk. I give you one chance to reconsider. Submission or death.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Captain's log, stardate 1709.2.
After a rather hectic 2-week leave on the resort planet Leto, the Enterprise crew was immediately assigned a new high-priority destination. Our orders are to proceed to the vast and little-known quadrant Mark I in the capacity of scientific expedition. Recent developments in para-astronomy have pinpointed a hotbed of telltale radiation. There, scientists now believe this area to be the site of the Big Bang, or in other words, the birthplace of the universe. Science Officer Spock Continuum. The Big Bang Theory states simply that all the matter in the universe was once an incomprehensibly compact ball of subatomic particles and waves, forming a single primal atom. Then at some instant, for some reason, the atom exploded, sending a blinding flash of gas and light across the empty heavens. As time passed, the gases cooled and condensed into the dominant forms of matter, stars, clouds, and quasars. From them came comets, planets, and moons. Within 20 billion years or so, the blast will expend itself. The universe will begin to collapse. Then the process will reverse itself. The universe will once again shrink to the original atom and eventually explode again. Thank you, Mr. Spock. A little background on our objective. As you know, our mission is to get as near as possible to the origin of the blast and observe any unusual phenomenon. This may well be the most important mission you ever serve on. We may solve some of the basic riddles of existence with our findings. Any questions? Well, I have a question. Mr. Spock, do you anticipate any difficulties in crossing through space that has not changed since the dawn of time? Indeed, Captain, we are bound to encounter some primitive state of matter, whose effect should prove highly Captain Kirk, report to the bridge immediately. Repeat, Captain Kirk to the bridge immediately.
Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
Go to yellow alert.
Aye, Captain. We're making like ours, Mom. Sulu, what's this all about? We under attack? Nothing like that, sir. It's an automatic response from the ship's computer. It sounded when all the scanners went dead. Lieutenant Uhura? Ditto on sensors, Captain. Mr. Chekhov, screen on full sweep, please. It's no use. I can't raise a thing, Captain. Hang on, Mr. Chekhov. Mr. Spock, assess the situation. I am working on it, Captain, but I need more data input. Very well, Mr. Spock. Sulu, how did this happen? We were approaching the site of the blast, according to pre-flight plans, Captain, when all of a sudden It was like we ran out of space, Captain. We came to the edge of the bubble and it popped. Cotton, are you there, Mon? Ahoy, Scotty, what is it? It's the dilithium crystals, Captain. They've gone cold and I can't for the bonny life of me figure out why. The natural laws of space would not pertain here, Captain. Any idea where here is yet, Mr. Spock? Based on the rudimentary facts and a quick computation of the figures available, Captain, I would say that we were precisely nowhere. What in hyperspace are you talking about, Spock? Well, there is a radical theory in quantum physics known as the multiverse corollary, which states, Oh, Captain, I'm getting strange signals now. It's strange. There's something floating around out there. Looks like a capsule. Prepare a launch check. We're going after it. Come on, Spock, you can finish your lecture on the way. Put simply, Captain, we could be inside the primal atom in a subspace universe parallel to our own. To put it simply, Spock, yes. Lieutenant Nova? The extravehicular repair pod is fired and ready to go, sir, only... It's the magnetic lines of force in the power packs that... I know. Gone dead. Now what, Spock? Assuming the multiverse corollary is correct, Captain, then there is no resistance to thought in a void. Your will and these helmets should prove sufficient. It's incredible, Captain. The whole pod feels like a part of my arm. I can move it at will. It works. Of course. Shall we proceed? By all means, Spock. And Lieutenant Nova, you're coming with us. Module is disengaged, Captain. Good. Now let's find that capsule. There it is, Captain. It's a cylinder, and it appears to be humanoid in construction, Captain. Lieutenant? Got it, sir. It feels like it's in the palm of my hand. Hold on to your helmets, folks. There's a live one in this thing. Something alive in there? Then perhaps we'd best move it to sick bay. As you can see, Captain, there's Look! It's opening. Well, don't just stand there gaping, Mr. Spock. Help me out of this thing. We haven't got much time. Hold it, mister. Who do you think you are giving orders? Who do I think I am? Tell him, Dr. McCoy. Why, I don't understand it. I've just run his metabolism readout through this computer, Jim. For all practical intents and purposes, this man is you. But that's impossible. There can't be two beings exactly the same in the whole universe. How true, Captain Kirk. How true. But you see, I'm not from your universe. I'm from the universe before this one. The way they explained it to me was, the universe just doesn't explode and collapse once. It keeps doing it over and over and over over again. And every time it does, things happen exactly the same, each time. Nobody has any choice in the matter. At least that was the theory until someone came up with the figures proving there is a single instant of variation in each universe. We call this the free will theorem. Since we had already missed our moment, I volunteered to be placed in suspended animation inside the capsule, so that at the proper time I could emerge and forewarn the solitary being in this universe who possesses free will about the choice. Now you, my duplicate, have found me as calculated. The proper time is near. All I need to do is take this ship and— What? Why should I hand over my ship? Because, Captain, I have to enter your universe, and we both can't exist there. Without destroying it, you'll have to stay behind. And what if I don't? Then the being with free will won't make use of the choice, and the universe is doomed to repeat itself into eternity. No, I don't buy it. I refuse to believe that we are not masters of our own fates. I know how you feel, Captain. It was hard for me to swallow, too. Therefore, I'll give you a choice. Either you take my place in the cylinder, or we have a fight to the death. What do you say, Captain? Are you game? I'm game. And that was the end of part 1. Captain's log, stardate 1702. I'm not sure. Trapped in a timeless, placeless void, inside the one piece of matter that exists from universe to universe, I have been confronted by my own double. He claims to come from the previous universe, come here to warn one being, somewhere in the cosmos, whose life is not predestined to make the right choice. Who that being is, where he is, and what is the right choice, all remain a mystery. But all that matters now is the universe isn't big enough for both of us. One of us has to be left behind, if any are to survive. It is agreed, then? We duel in accordance with the Federation's Code of Honor, Captain? Agreed, Captain. Mr. Spock will serve as my second. Very well. I waive my second, Captain. The choice of weapons is yours, sir. Besides the traditional laser torch, I choose hand phasers set on kill and the Enterprise. What? On guard. Oof. Arr. Captain Kirk, are you there? What is it, Sulu? We are under attack this time, sir, by another Enterprise. My Enterprise. Scientists in my universe anticipated your resistance and supplied me with a decoy to control mentally. Captain, are you there? We're awaiting your orders, sir. I'm, engaged at the moment, Mr. Sulu. Captain! Captain, they're closing in. Spock, go to the bridge. Take my orders. Do the intercom. Keep all levels open. I'm going after this, whoever he is. Yes, sir. I'm here, Captain. Good, I've got sight of Wishkal. Hello, Captain. Are you still there? Just barely, Spock. What's the situation up there? Not good, Captain. The duplicate is maneuvering, and all we can do is rotate our shields. We're like sitting geese. Okay, here's what you do. Get Lieutenant Nova to the helm immediately. Have her plug into the ship's entire guidance system with her cybernetic helmet. But, Captain, the strain on her senses will be too great. It will drive her mad. Just do as I say. Halt! He's ducking into the engine room. Good. I can keep him pinned while I talk to Spock. Spock, pay attention. Do you have Lieutenant Nova there? Yes. Good. Now I want all available crew members to join hands and channel their mental energy through you to Lieutenant Nova. Right, Captain. Then go! Fire! It's working, Captain. It's working! Great. Just watch those turns. Now hold out as long as you can. I'm going in after him. Scotty! What happened? Well, aren't you the comical one? I didn't know what happened. Didn't you, Captain? This is your idea of a practical joke. Be quiet, Scotty. I can't explain now. Ha! I have you now, Kirk, and your ship. I give you one chance to reconsider. What do you say? Spock, drop all shields. Resume shielding, Spock. Go on. Kill me. Kill me. Get it over with. Captain, the duplicate Enterprise has just disappeared. Vanished. That's okay. It's all over now.
Don't do it, Captain.
Dead, Scotty? Oh, no. I never set my phaser to kill. He's just stunned so we can put him back in space. I estimate that we will never know if he was actually who he claimed to be. Then there very well might have been a man in our universe who held the key to the future? Yes, and that man was Captain Kirk. What? How? You were the man with the free will, Captain, and the moment came when you decided not to kill me. You've made your choice, Captain, and I salute you. Wait, The aura transmission has ended, Captain, and the cylinder has just dropped from our scanners. I wanted to ask him if I made the right choice. Let's go, Spock. This place is starting to get to me. But how, Captain? Like this, Spock. Everybody concentrate. Spock, I was just wondering, what if there was such thing as the choice, and I made the wrong one? Then, Captain, the universe as we know it may no longer exist. We're moving! It's normal space, Captain. I'm getting visuals on my screen. Wait, there's something wrong. The stars are all flickering out. The universe, it's gone! No, wait, they're back. We just, had a little difficulty locking into it, that's all. Whew. Don't ever scare me like that again, Chekhov. Captain's Log, Stardate 17.2.3. A week has passed since our escape from the primal atom, and we still make our way back to Starbase. This morning, I had the following conversation with Mr. Spock. You know, Mr. Spock, I'm still not sure if what happened back there was for real or not. Is it possible that everything we do has been done before? It's not only possible, Captain, it's highly probable. Then why do it at all? Do we have any choice, Captain? Well, that was my favorite comic book of Gold Key's run. Did you read the Gold Key comics? Do you have a favorite one that you like? Did you agree with my choice? Did you like Gold Key Star Trek number 33? Is there another Gold Key comic you like better? Did you hate the Gold Key run? Did you love the Gold Key run? Did you grow up with it like I did? Let me know about your views on the Gold Key run on Star Trek comic books in the comments section below. That's all the time we have this week for Comics Let's Talk. Join me next time when we do something different in the world of comic books. Until then, this is Kevin Gibbons saying so long and keep reading those comics.